a couple of weeks ago, we set up this 3D printer with that mini PC over there and turned it into a smart printer using Octoprint. Now, in that video, I did say I wanted to get a brand new 3D printer, so I'm going to take you down to the garage and show you what I've got. Right, you'll have to excuse the mess and the very yellow light, but here we go. I was lucky enough to get given a Bambu Lab X2D printer. This is the new one with the dual nozzle technology. And then I took it a step further and bought myself the AMS 2 Pro. Because I actually have some old filament here, so I have like my Galaxy Purple, my black. Now this all needs drying. I then have like some cheaper Amazon rolls that I've been testing with. But this was brilliant. I got this for my birthday, thankfully, from my partner. Unfortunately, Bambu Labs, you know, doesn't sponsor channels my size, and you can see my little test roll over there. That's what I'm using for support at the moment, just as a little test bench. But this is really a brilliant printer. I love this. It's got some amazing features on it, which I'll talk you through in a second. But the way this all kind of happened is my partner knew I wanted a new 3D printer for ages, so she got me the X2D. And then I started printing using these holders. And now, honestly, the X2D isn't very good when you use these holders, because I've been testing with this roll, and these two rolls here. And it kept getting stuck. It kept thinking there was like a twist in the filament when there wasn't. It was more just, there didn't seem to be enough pull. So it kept thinking it was stuck when it wasn't. So I had to always come up to the printer, push it in a touch, and then it would keep going, and then 10 minutes later do it again. So AMS2 has solved this for me. Now, if you don't know what AMS is, I'll show you in a minute. So normally you can have two colours on this because it's dual nozzle, so it can print two at the same time. Looks so cool. But this is the screen here. So it's the first rule of 3D printing is do talk about 3D printing. You can see down here on the settings, you do have a lot of options. So you even have, like, my favourite thing is to try out like Ludicrous Speed Mode, so just to see how fast it goes. You can control over cooling. You know, I can then go and control the motion of it. So I'm going to see the nozzle. It's actually got a bit of filament dangling at the moment. But it's so cool, everything that it can do. And then in the filament option here, this is kind of where you can see what AMS does. So normally it would just be a single roll there and a single roll there. But instead you can see I now have access to 5 rolls altogether, and you can even list the different materials. So if it comes from Bambu Labs directly, so this is like an official roll, these two like grey ones, whereas these are Amazon. They have RFID chips in them, so that way the printer knows what it is. On top of that, AMS can also control the humidity inside of the unit. So when filament stays out in the open like this, how I mentioned I have to dry it, it like absorbs all the moisture, especially PLA, which I'll show you in a second. Sorry, PVA, which is a support material I'm going to use soon. It's just brilliant that you can actually come and dry it in here, so it's good to use again, even if it is left out. But in my opinion, if you're thinking of getting a new 3D printer, the X2D is brilliant, but you have to get the AMS with it, because I had nothing but trouble using these side pieces, to the point that the only successful prints I had were these like little test rolls I've been using, rather than anything else. You can actually see some of the stuff I've been printing. Hello, there's my home server. There's the Zimmer board 2, hanging out, doing its thing. There's my Blu-ray drive and my Eero router. So this is also where my home server lives, and I do all my Blu-ray ripping, which my pile to rip is over there at the moment. So working through all of that. So this is one of my successful prints that I've just done with the AMS module. This is a bracket, which is going to stick on the back, which is then going to hold the AMS unit up for me. Because that way I can still lift up the glass panel once I got that printed mount on. You see a couple of failed prints here as well. So this was before I installed the AMS. You can see it just kept getting caught all the time, and you can see like the poor print quality. So that's because it just kept stopping and starting all the time. Whereas if I bring this one up, that's just so much better, because this was one solid print. Although you can see where I had to stop it once. You can see that's like layer 1 and layer 2. So it could be better, but I stopped that one by accident when I was clicking about on the screen. Don't ask about the golden egg. Also, the highlight of my garage is my Yamaha R6. Ignore everything over there, that's to go to the tip. But a 3D printer is nothing without filament, and I'm ashamed to say that, you know, I was given the X2D, but I bought the AMS2, and I also bought all of this. So if I was to go through all of my colours quick, so down here, this is PLA black, this is PLA Galaxy Purple, this is PLA, like, it's one of them two-toned ones where it's like a yellowy purple. In the top, I then have PETG black, PLA cyan, PLA white, PLA skin, and then my new shop. So I bought PLA red, mistletoe green, sunflower yellow, bamboo green, jade white, pumpkin orange, charcoal. Now this one is PLA matte instead of PLA basic. So this one has a bit more of a matte look to it. Cocoa brown. Now this is PVA. So this is what I'm going to use for support. So when you normally print something on your 3D printer, you get all like the tree stuff come up. I'll put a picture up on the screen of what I mean now. When you do like PLA support, with PVA, you can just submerge your printed model in water and it all just dissolves off. So that way it leaves none of like the scarring. For example, if you look in the light, if I bring this model over here, I don't know if the camera picks it up very well, but you can see that like all the scarring from the where it kind of was sat. So that's where I kind of ripped it off from. So it's all across there. Whereas this side's, you know, that's the texture from the build plate. Whereas this is all like textured from supports because it has to hold itself up. Then I've also got hot pink as well. And finally at the bottom I have blue. Right, and then underneath, I then went and bought a filament track switch, realising this is useless on the X2D until I get a second AMS. So now I've committed to buying 2. Sadly can't afford that straight away. But this is where I think the next cool bit's going to be. Although ignore the bottom shelf, this is just my collection of Ethernet cables. Now this is really cool. I'm yet to use it because I don't know how to use it yet. Now this is called a cool plate super tack. So this is for, you know, printing. There's like a hand print on that. I haven't touched it yet. Yeah, nearly bent it. I'm gonna put it down. This is for printing. You know, you can first print at lower temperatures because it's super sticky for PLA, and also if you look at like the texture of where something was sat on the build plate, it's very like stipply. That's because this is the textured PEI plate, I think they call it. So you can kind of see where it gets its texture from. That won't be a problem on this because it just sticks straight to it as a solid surface rather than a textured surface. So that's pretty much the Bambu Lab X2D, but what's really cool as well is it saves everything you print in the cache. So if I come over to demo as well, so you go to cache, you see everything I've printed. Like this was awesome, this was like a venomized Charizard. I can't click on models on this one. There's also the PLA bracket I printed and how long it took, so that's 4 hours 56. This is a poop bin I printed for the back of the printer, because yeah, it's pretty hard to see, but behind the print is a mess at the moment, because I've got cables coming off the AMS into the, you know, filament extruders, and then my poop bin down here. It's a whole thing right now. But you know what, I'm going to go ahead and print something to show you an example. Now I like to print these spanners, because it's 11-minute print, takes 3 grams of filament. If I click next, we can then choose which material to use. So we have to use PLA, not PETG, because it's the printing profile. And I've seen cyan, and I've tried white. I'm yet to try this skin colour one. There you go, you can see it now pulling from the AMS. Now it's done its thing. So it's starting to heat up the tool head, it's starting to change the filament. So there was black in it, now it's changing to... see if I can focus on there a little bit. There you go, see that's changed colour now? So it's gone from like black to like, oh, it seems to be a mix of both right now. There we go, different colour now. Alright, here we go, it started printing now. It's just done its calibration test line and it's actually going for it now. You can see the outline already. So you can see the actual model has just started, it's going to take about 3 minutes. But we can go faster than this. So if I come up to settings and to speed, we're going to hit Ludicrous, come down and we'll see how fast it moves. So it always takes a second to update. There we go, that's better. You can hear all the fans kick on as well. So it's gone from like 3 minutes to 1 minute. And you know, I'll just sit here and commentate through this because this is just flying. Also, I built a whole shelf for this and it's not the most stable in the world, but you know what, it's doing its job. I mean, this is on Ludicrous and it's not shaking the whole thing. But that's pretty cool. There you go, so it's done. So on G-code it works in layers. So the printer prints, you know, in height-wise. So this is the 8th out of the 17th layer. I mean, it's just going for it. But it's already done that much. I mean, the printer that we set up a couple of weeks ago, this model probably would have taken over an hour. As you can see, the AMS still pulling. There's my new spanner, which is just printing one of these, but obviously made of PLA. Oh, I dropped it. Yeah, it looks like it's just finished up some final details. So focus on the screen. There we go. So it's on 15 out of 17. And this genuinely took like a minute. Boom, it's done. There you go, let's pull open the door. Now, I do have this nice blade. Just, obviously that's not supposed to happen. There we go. we just 3D printed spanner in under a minute. So there's obviously a bit of filament left over from the switch over. But there we go. Right, but anyway, that's my 3D printer. I just thought it was pretty cool that I could show off a proper one. So you see like all the PLAs that we got, the actual printer, the AMS module, home server made a cameo as well. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and I will see you later. Goodbye.